In the middle here, guys, is our Mora outdoor series. So here is the Mora 2000 up top. Here is the Mora Bushcraft Force, the Bushcraft Triflex, the Bushcraft Black, the Mora Companion HD, and the Mora Light My Fire. This one is stainless steel, and I think Mora uses 12C27 for most of their stainless knives. And while it is a Scandinavian grind, you have that thinning towards the end. Very similar to the Light My Fire. Each of them taper towards the tip of the knife. This one is a very comfortable knife in the hand. I like that rounded handle a lot. If you're a fan of stainless steel, maybe you live in a more moist, wet climate, stainless steel would work great for you. And I have no problem sharpening stainless. Some people say they don't like stainless steel because it doesn't sharpen as easily or hold an edge. I have never had a problem with any of Mora's stainless steel knives. The Mora Light My Fire, same thing. Stainless steel, I believe 12C27 as well, with that tapered Scandinavian grind towards the tip. And what makes this one nice is it has that Light My Fire fire steel right in the handle. This is a great little knife. Great for carving, great for food prep, and this one already comes with a sharpened spine to use with that included fire steel or any ferro rod that you may have. 3 knives that are included in their Bushcraft series of knives. This is the Mora Bushcraft Force, the Bushcraft Triflex, and the Bushcraft Black. You can see they're very similar in blade length and overall length. They also all include this, what they call ergonomically correct handle. Rubber over plastic, but they do have some grooves there and some curving to make them more comfortable in the hand. The Force is stainless steel, so I believe that's 12C27 Sandvik. The Triflex is a nice mix of carbon and stainless steel. And then I believe the Bushcraft Black is 1095 high carbon steel. While these 2 knives are about 2.5 millimeters thick and they're tremendous at carving, the Mora Bushcraft Black is an 1/8 of an inch thick and is a tremendous knife. It already comes with a sharpened spine, while these 2 do not. And it pretty much has everything included that you want outside of being a full tang knife. This, once again, is a rat tail tang that's about 3/4 length down the handle. And finally, in our outdoor series is the Mora Companion Heavy Duty. It is essentially a carbon copy of the Mora HQ Robust. You can see the length overall very similar, the blades very similar, both carbon steel, Scandinavian grind, and they both have that palm swell in the rubber over plastic handle. They also do offer stainless options in the heavy duty, and this one is also an 1/8 of an inch thick. And last, but certainly not least, are 2 very special gifts that I have received from some very nice people. The first one was a gift from Sean Roberts from SSR. He sent me this for no reason at all other than the fact that he knew that I loved Mora knives. And this one is beautiful. You can see it's quite a long blade. Nice wooden handle. And let me show you this right here. This says Eric Frost, Mora, Sweden. So this is a nice classic Mora. I haven't had a chance to restore it yet, but it's absolutely beautiful. I am never going to use this because I just want to treasure this, especially since losing our good friend. This was very kind of him and very thoughtful. And look at that handle. It has like that carving on the bottom. My favorite style. Classic, no finger guard, wooden handle. I would say this is probably about the size of the Mora Classic 3, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll show you guys this again once I do get it restored. This is my other very special Mora knife. This was made for me by joesneon, who has a tremendous channel. He's an excellent guy, and I'll leave his link down below. He's another guy who knew how much I enjoy Moras, and this one is a Mora knife. It almost looks to be the size of the Mora Classic #1 blade with a deer antler handle. And look at the way that came out, just beautiful. Very comfortable in the hand. However, I have never used, nor will I be using this knife, because this is another one that I'm going to keep and pass it down to my son someday. And finally, guys, I have all of my Mora knives in their sheaths, so we can discuss Mora knife sheath options here really quick. I have never had a problem with Mora's plastic sheaths. As a matter of fact, I like them. I think they're a very solid functional sheath that an inexpensive knife comes with. I've never had belt loop issues with this here, and I've never had retention problems. Should there be a potential for retention problems, I've had videos on this trick that I learned from Dennis at SpartanJohns. It's just a piece of paracord with a slip knot in it that I pull over. Jeff from Common Sense Camper, he uses a Ranger band in much the same style. If you look around, you will find many tremendous Kydex and leather sheath options for your Mora knife if you don't want to go with the plastic sheath that's included. A good example here is my Mora Bushcraft Black. The Bushcraft Black comes with a plastic sheath that's a little bit of an upgrade. So it has the swinging belt loop, just a little bit different, but very similar to Mora's plastic sheaths. Nothing wrong with this sheath, but the Pathfinder store has the brown leather sheath for Moras, and I found that it fits my Bushcraft Black perfectly because it has a little bit of a wider opening at the top. And I've wet formed it around my Bushcraft Black. So I'll usually carry it in this right here. I like the belt loop. I like the ease of accessibility to it. But I have a friend who makes Kydex, and most of the Kydex that you see on the tarp here is from my friend, and I have one for the Bushcraft Black. So those are three options for your Mora knives. There's leather, there's Kydex, and there's the factory sheath. Here's the factory sheath for the Companion HD. I also have a Hunter Orange Kydex for it. I have Kydex for my Mora Classics, which I understand are very difficult to make Kydex for. I also have a Mora Classic #2 that I keep in a leather sheath, another one from the Pathfinder store. This is an older model. It was a black sheath for Moras, and it actually fits the Mora #2 perfect. The two special Moras that were gifted to me each have a leather sheath included. And then for the most part, you see Kydex, 711 and Kydex, Companion, Clipper, the Bushcraft series, all in Kydex, Light My Fire, Kydex. I like the factory sheath for the Mora 2000 a lot with the leather belt loop, so I've kept that. But it's just to kind of let you know, guys, that there's nothing wrong with the plastic sheaths. Should you want different options, they're not very hard to find. I would like to thank you guys for joining me here today. I hope I was able to answer some questions, maybe give you some ideas and show you some things you might not have known about Mora knives, and maybe you'll choose one, and I think you'll be more than happy with it. It was great to see ya, and we will talk to you again down the road, guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.